Hello guys, welcome to another exciting video. Today we're gonna be talking about Tom Ford Soleil Neige collection. This is actually a collection that recently came out for the 2023 holiday. So I picked up the eyeshadow quad for a review. There are also two highlighters which unfortunately I didn't pick up, and now I feel bad that I didn't, because I am beyond surprised in a good way with this one. I cannot wait to share everything with you. But before we continue, I was searching throughout the internet, where can I buy this collection? And every store that I tried to pick it up from didn't deliver to Europe, or it wasn't available shipping. So luckily I typed Europe and one shop came up, and that was Urbani store. They had the last one of this eyeshadow quad, and that was the only item that I picked up that I ordered. But look what they sent me. Like, what is going on? As soon as the delivery came, I realized this is too heavy. And then I couldn't even get to my eyeshadow quad. Honestly, I don't know what happened. Urbani, thank you so much for sending. All of these are actually samples. I don't even know what's inside, like perfumes, serums, lipstick, foundations. I don't know. I'll have to check everything later. But I was so pleasantly surprised to see all of this. And on top of that, they sent me a couple of more stuff from Tom Ford. Wait. So I got this beautiful bag that came with, and then I've got the eyeshadow quad. Then I've got this lipstick, which is in shade 16, Scarlet Rouge. It is a mini version. I think I received another one from Bobbi Brown as well. Also, I received this mirror actually that can fit in here, which I think it's really handful as well. It has Tom Ford's initials. They also sent me Bobbi Brown lipstick, and this one looks so beautiful. Reminds me of literally of a fall shade. Beautiful, beautiful. I cannot wait to try this one. This one from Tom Ford was too bright, so I didn't choose to apply this one today. Once again, Urbani, thank you. Caught me by surprise when I opened today's package. Pleasantly surprised. I will link the shop down in a description. Anyways, let's talk about this beautiful quad. So this is called Soleil Neige, Lumiere, Dhiver. In a translation, when I typed Soleil Neige, apparently it means sun and snow. So the neige means snow, and this represents winter season that is soon going to come, and it comes in this beautiful bag, and the packaging looks stunning. So simple, the most elegant packaging I've seen so far. I'm telling you, for the eyeshadows, pictures do not do justice. When I saw pictures online, I thought this is going to look so differently, but this is how it looks like. In person, it looks way better. Like, the color story is so well thought through. This is made in Italy, it has 12 months shelf life, and for this you're going to pay $90, which I know it's a lot. I paid 100 euros for this, which is equivalent to almost the same, at the moment is almost the same as in American dollars. So it is a lot. I paid for the shipping $15, 15 euros. And then, yeah, so it is expensive palette, but it is so worth it. Minus one shade that came out already, but I will try to fix that later. It also comes with these two sponges. I tried to apply them, but this is so not practical. Like, they are soft and everything, but the smaller one are so bulky. And no, I wish we can have cheaper price without these sponges, if that's possible. What am I gonna do with this? They're not practical. They're so small. I don't know. Are you using these sponges? Let me know in the comments, because this is so unuseful. Especially coming from a makeup artist background. I get, like, if you're traveling, having everything inside, it's practical, but still, for me, not even then. So in the description, this eyeshadow palette has velvety smooth powder shadows that are expressed in dewy, sparkle, and frost finishes. These two are chrome-like shimmers. These shimmers are so beautiful. These mattes are so pigmented. You can build them up, you can layer them so beautifully. The pigmentation, it's more than expected. Like, this formulation is so good. I'm amazed. I'm so happy that I picked this up. It's worth every single dollar. I know it's just my first impression, but these two shimmery toppers are something in between being metallic and sparkly toppers. They are gorgeous. The undertone, depth, beautiful. One thing that I miss, of course, as you can imagine, and that's why they put these toppers in here, these dewy, sparkly, frosty shimmers, it's because we don't have middle transition shades, so you can't play with them. But what I've did, it is a bit hard because we have such a big jump from the lighter to the darker color. I mixed those two and I have beautiful transition. This is stunning. This is gorgeous. I cannot wait to show you this tutorial. Honestly, at this moment, I don't know what to say, but that I am beyond surprised with everything, with blendability, opacity, quality, color story. 10 out of 10. Packaging, besides the fact that one shade dropped and I have to, I'll figure what I'm gonna do. Luckily that it didn't broke, so that's fine. I think in the beginning I said everything. Just go and buy this eyeshadow palette. It's just like, I'm still under my impression of how good this is. And I'm still thinking like, what else should I do with this? Before we start, I did realize I do have a breakout here, and rarely that happens, but whenever it does, what really helps me is this Pixie Clarity Blemish stickers. So this is how it looks like. And by the time we are done with the makeup, this will look and feel so much better. By the way, I did receive this in PR, and one day I tried to test this out and it really works. So I just want to say thank you, Pixie, for sending these. These are such a saver for situations like this. Anyways, let's go to this exciting tutorial. As you can see, I do have eyeliner, and I did apply a little bit more bold eyeliner today. My inner corner and winged eyeliner. It may seem like, you know, I just applied an eyeliner, but it took me quite a bit of time. I'm starting off by priming my eyelids. This is my Pat McGrath Intensive Eyes eyeshadow primer, and by the way, finally, it's been shipped. Finally, soon I will be reviewing Bijou collection, literally whole collection, so stay tuned for that one. I'm so excited. It took them so long, but that's a story for itself. We'll talk about it next time. First of all, I love that we have light, we have depth in here, and that is one of the crucial things if you're asking me. And having this composition, this color story within the 4 eyeshadows, it's huge. So we'll see how this will worked out. These are the brushes that this palette came with. So these are 2 same kind of applicators, and then we have one pointy and then one more angled, fluffy kind of it's not a blending brush, but you can blend with it. What's going on in here? Okay, why is my inlet transferring? That's weird. I didn't want to bother you with this eyeliner. Today we're gonna be talking mainly about this eyeshadow palette. And first I'm gonna start with this shade right here. If you do want to see how I achieve this eyeliner, you can, I will link the video where I've done this eyeliner as well while creating similar look. Take the excess off. You know what, I'm just gonna take my regular brush for this. I realized that with this eyeshadow, when I take it on a brush, it's really grabbing onto the brush. Wow, this is super pigmented. You'll get a pigmentation out of this. One thing that confuses me when I swatch this one, and by the way, this one feels, it's not too dry. Like, it is somewhere in between. It's like a silky powder. I don't know how to differently describe it. It gave kind of a pinkish undertone swatch, which now when I look at it, on a pan and in a pan and on my skin, I really do love it that it's not warm. I love that it's much more cooler toned. Now I will try to make a custom shade. I will use a little bit of the darker shade, and then I'm gonna go in this right here, and then I'm gonna slowly blend to see what is going to happen. See, that is one matte shade I wish we have, because I will have to kind of work within the color story when it comes to transition. Like, I really do miss transition shade, which we don't have transition shade in here, as you can see, but what we do have is this shimmery like it's more like a toppers, I would say, but we'll see once I apply them. Repeat, as this is really, really dark. I will go like twice with the tip of my brush, and then a couple of times. I'm not gonna take the excess off. Instead, I'm gonna do circular motion on my hand. The reason for that is that the pigment can already mix as much as it can, because it is such a huge difference between the two shades. I mean, if you need transition shade, I would say grab something, you know, something else that you have, or just mix it like this. It's gonna require a little bit more time, but this is the customizable shade that you will get if you do this. And for this, I just wanted to kind of have a crease, just because for this type of a look, this will look so beautiful. Of course, you can totally skip this part, but I love it, especially because of the contrast with the lenses that I'm wearing. Now, should I go with the light or with the dark? Let's go with the light. I'm gonna go with this shade right here in my inner corner. I love how this is pigmented. Now look what I've done with my brush. Look how you can literally manipulate this shade. Beautiful. You can definitely build this up. Look what a contrast do I have now. Beautiful. Beautiful. The formulation is top notch. I can literally cut the crease with this. Let's move on to a next step, which, by the way, I am so pleasantly surprised. This, however, this is so pigmented, and this shade right here, the darker shade, even covered the eyeliner. Let's start by using smaller brush. Of course, whenever we are using darker shade, we always have to use smaller brush. I took the excess off, and right now I will follow the direction of the liner that I've made and slowly start to pack this eyeshadow first. So I do start by packing this eyeshadow. Now when I blended this darker shade into the lightest, you can see how right here, you can see how it has kind of a plummy undertone. I don't know if the camera can catch that. I do love it. It's really cool toned, and it does give me like winter vibes, that's for sure. I don't know, it's just like this looks like regular brown. And now when I start to blend my edges, once I connect it with everything that I have underneath my eyebrow and inner corner, you'll see what's going to happen. Again, so pigmented, these mattes. This is stunning. So far, it worth every single dollar. Make sure that my edges are not too harsh. I will, before I go in with the blending brush, I will just make sure that I blend them a little bit more. And now this is going to diffuse together with a lighter shade. Once it mixed, it'll transform. You'll see now. I'm taking a blending brush. And right now what I'm doing, I am working around the edges that I have. I'm going to connect this with the previous shade. And one thing you have to be careful to not have patches and everything. You always have to pack the color. What happened? Oh my god. This is a shadow. It's just... Talking about worth every single dollar. Oh my god. This one is going to, unfortunately, I think it's going to fall, so I have to be careful. It's not probably pressed well or whatever. Oh yeah, it does have like a container in it, like where it sits. Maybe I'll just have to, well, I'll just be careful. Maybe I'll just glue this later or something. Almost ruined my tutorial today. Need another cup of coffee. Can't believe this. Anyways, I'm taking a blending brush. To be honest, I was shocked with it, so I don't know what's the last thing I said. So the thing is, you have to really pack the eyeshadow if it doesn't fall off from your packaging. And now I'm going to take blending brush which doesn't have this product on it, and then we'll work around the edges. So the thing with the darker eyeshadow is if you apply it so dark but so sheer, you'll have patches. Like, you really need to pack, and that works for every eyeshadow, especially if they're darker. You really need to pack the color if you want to have seamless blend. I'm repeating same shade again. I'm gonna take previous blending brush. I'm gonna take a little bit of that dark shade. By the way, at this point, I'm not sure. I don't know if they have names or what's the deal with these shades. And now the thing is to blend these edges. I went a little bit outside of my line here, but it's fine. I will clean this later anyway, so I'm not bothering with it. And now I'm going to slowly, with the circular motions, I will connect. See how what we have in the inner corner? Now I'm connecting everything together. And because I barely have a little bit of the product on my brush, I can go even higher. Didn't expect I'm going to have like this intense finish with this. I really didn't expect it to be this dark, especially because on the promo photos I totally had different vibe with this palette. I don't think the photos did the justice when it comes to this palette at all, because we do have really emphasized edge. I will go and emphasize the inner corner as well. So I'm gonna be taking with a small pointy brush this shade right here, take the excess off, and I will start kind of creating crease from the center, and now everything else will be blended. And because it is such a small area, I am using small brush like this, but this adds such a beautiful detail. And now once I have this, I can go with my blending brush and slowly blend this. If necessary, I can go with a pointy brush, add a little bit more product, and then blend it again. And now this contrast will match the rest of the eye. What I'm gonna do first, so I will damp my brush, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which this one is like a frosty I wouldn't even say, like, not really silver. Beautiful. It's some kind of like a mixture, and this one will go in my inner corner. But the thing here is to not apply it from the beginning of my inner corner, because I still do want that matte to be visible. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do it today. I'm not applying like NYX glitter primer or anything. Pretty simple, and this is stunning. You know what? I just remember, yeah, I used the flat brush. So the trick with this is, if you do want to have full opacity, then use kind of a brush that is more flat, and then you press. Yeah, it is giving more pigment now. And definitely damp your brush if you want more sparkle, make it more kind of a shinier. And now with the same shade, I am gonna go underneath my eyebrow. But as you can see, it is really pigmented, and I do want to tone this down. And I will just work with the edges. I wonder how this would work just on a bare skin. Probably would be really good, you know? Again, I want to damp my brush and go with this shade right here, which is like more toned down, deeper shade. And this one is more like a taupey middle tone shade. It's such an unusual mixture. So this one will connect the previous one and the darker one. Again, like I said, we don't have that transition shade. So what I'm gonna do, because I do, as you can see, I do have harsh line in here, I will use same brush and work this dark matte into the edge of the previous color. That way we are going to get that beautiful blend, and everything will blend in. Also, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take Vaseline and clean everything underneath. I did apply in the meantime, but I will repeat my eyeliner. I definitely need to repeat that. Wait a second. Let me use my AMC Inglot 77. With Vaseline, I will make this line really sharp. And now with the Q-tip, I will clean everything, but later I will clean also with the concealer as well. Now we're going to create this beautiful lower lash line, and for that I will use all 4 of the eyeshadows. First of all, my lower lash line is primed, and now I'm gonna go in with the Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen, and I will apply that one just on the outer portion of my eye. I will use a small brush to blend this, and this one is truly easy to work with. It is super smooth. And now once I have this, I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade. I have to be really careful how I hold my palette at the moment. And we'll just go with the eyeshadow on top of this pencil. And I will take blending brush just to blend everything. Now for my inner corner, I will go with the first shade. I'm really surprised how pigmented this is. Wow. I think this is, I'll say this is my favorite at the moment. I think I run of this light shade so quickly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now with a mixture of those 2 matte shades, I get something like this. I will go into this first shade and, lighter shade than my brush. And also we'll go with this one right here. It's the same color story. It is just a different technique, you guys, because we're working with the lower lash line. And I will blend the edge so it can connect better. I found something really interesting, and this is actually from my airbrush tool set, and I'm gonna pick up just a little bit of concealer on it. Such an interesting sponge, and what I'm gonna do is to divide this right here. This little brush also helps me to blend. It's pretty cool. I will apply some lashes, finish off my face, and I will be right back. But before that, just do want to take this off. I think it looks a little bit better than it was, but I still need 1 round of this patch to make it really work. Anyways, I will apply some lashes, finish off my face, and I'll be right back with you. Once again, you guys, so excited for this new launch. The only thing I regret not getting that highlighter. Not even sure if it was available at the website that I purchased this. Apparently people are having good feedback when it comes to that highlighter. It's much more subtle. Now one interesting thing happens when you mix these 2 shades. So the custom shade, it becomes something like purplish undertone. Can you see this? Again, I don't know if camera can pick it up, like the undertone. Hopefully it can. Such a beautiful, beautiful custom color. Something in between silver and purple. I don't know how this happened because I wouldn't expect that from these 2 colors. Like I said, picture doesn't do the justice when it comes to this palette, because initially I thought the color story will look way more differently, and this lighter shade, yeah, I didn't think it's going to look like this neutral at all. I will link where you can buy this and buy the rest of the collection in the description. I am highly suggesting this palette if you love this color story. If you like to have a choice between having multiple choices with just 4 eyeshadows. In a way, I can't believe I pulled this off with just 4 eyeshadows. At the same time, you can have lighter version, you can have full in depth of that pigment. You can play with it. It's just, it's gorgeous, it's stunning, and I cannot wait to incorporate this one again. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's getting really late. I wouldn't think I could sit here for 6, 7, maybe 8 hours filming. Okay, I pre-filmed the product, but then filming for so long with 4 eyeshadows, that's crazy. Sometimes I think if I have 3 or 4 or 5 eyeshadows, I'm gonna need less time, but that's not the case apparently. Anyways, you guys, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and before you leave, make sure to check this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.